can tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for because I know you have another thing that you have to get to. So just tell me, how did you even come to get with this group? How was that connection made?
So my man Lays called me, or my brother Lays rather. You know, we had I've known him for a long time, since the beginning of being in the music business. You know, and then we ended up working together with Rockefeller. I signed MOP, and we remained friends. We boxed together, all that type of stuff. So he's the kind of cat, if he texts me, regardless, just out of respect, I'm going to show up. And he had texted me about a Zoom. I didn't really read it. I'm just like, when and where, you know what I mean? And, you know, I showed up, and when I got there, you know, unexpectedly, I saw like 90 black principals, and I didn't even know one existed. You know, I wasn't told that. And, you know, because I've always had my problems with education. And, you know, what it prepares us for me, it prepares you to have debt, to have a job. And the only other alternative to break a social class is to be entertainment. It doesn't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. It doesn't teach you how to be self-sustainable, how to farm, how to pay taxes, how to do politics. So I came a little bit aggressive, but, you know, they were like, you know, it was like, we're not the ones that are implementing this curriculum. We're doing what we need to do, but we know what's wrong with it. We're ready to change it. And, you know, automatically I saw what they had been doing for children when people were not paying them. And, you know, it was just like, how come, you know, these aren't the black faces that are highlighted? How come this is never spoken about? And, you know, it's also an opportunity for me. I'm like, damn, I get to talk to 90 principals, doctors, and, you know, everybody's smart. And I'm not used to talking to so many smart people that care, that don't hate when their friends win, that know how to look at it like, when your friends win, we all win, and want to support and all that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I've had issues about education for a while, and OSG seemed to be that answer. Like, instead of just being mad and complaining and asking, you know, we have the opportunity to do. And as a result, it's crazy because, you know, what we're about to do is a clubhouse about infertility. So we tried to have a baby for like 7 years. When we finally were having a baby, I get with a group of principals that can help me with raising my child, giving the right curriculum that I want to give my child. And we've done just that. You know, they put together a curriculum from the womb to 3 years old. You know, we started when he was in his stomach. He's like the OSG's first official student. You know what I mean? He's potty trained at 4 months old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, anything I need, there's always a specialist on there in something. Absolutely. And they always want to help. So my thing is, let's make them the celebrities. You know, someone that when they get there is going to help. Someone that does it when no one's looking. Oh, or for, wow, this is the doctor that just walked in that impregnated us. Oh, we did IVF. Hey.
Okay, doctor.
We're talking.
God bless.
We're talking to some.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. So it's been a long journey. You know, she the one that we know you get to actually, just the one right here. If anybody want to make a couture baby, this is the one. Just let me know. I got you. But yeah.
She makes these beautiful
She
babies.
makes these beautiful babies, and we came out of this
She knows
lab.
how to pick the right sperm and the right egg and put it all
Mix
together.
it up, but also very supportive and was there with us through a lot. So my point was, it was right on time to be a part of something that dealt with curriculum, and as a result, Rocky's excelled in ways. Even like I said, my wife wrote 2 books, one a syllabus, one a children's book, a documentary. It just makes you sharp. You know, energy is contagious. And when you have this much good energy, it just goes, and through the Zoom, you can feel it. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
You're right.
So, you know, and the power, we've done a lot. And it's been like a little over a year, the year anniversary just came up. And, you know, you look at the scorecard, how many books, television shows, how many people got fed, you know, how many laws got passed, how many people that were going to get co-signed came through to get co-signed and, you know, might not have got co-signed. Like, You know, it's become a very powerful group. And then how fresh they got. You know, they got real fresh all of a sudden, like boof. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so, you know, I'm wearing it too. I wouldn't wear it if it wasn't. So, you know, being a part and seeing, like, you know, principals that like dress better than their students, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That play, you know, all that. That's, look, he already know, how you know I was talking about you? You already know you fresh, look.
Let me tell you, I check out that Dr. Small on his Instagram with those suits and the I mean, I'm like, wow, okay, and the post every day. That's what's up. That's what's up, Dr. Small. But
you can't. And another thing is the honesty. You know, like you don't have to tell people or give them constructive criticism because they don't sometimes receive it well. Mm-hmm. It don't matter OSG. If you coming wrong, if you don't come correct, even if your internet is wrong, they're gonna get at your head. You gotta come correct when you come through OSG. Don't come thinking you're smarter than you are, or trying to be fake. They're gonna chop you down unless you legit. Don't step foot around them because you reveal yourself as too many legit people. So overall, you know, I've been having a great time, and you know, at this age and stage in my life, this is exactly where I want to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think that, you know, the future is what's the most important. You know, not worrying about so much the past, learning from the past, but the kids are our future, and and the future has to be guided by futuristic thinkers. You know, and that's what OSG is. They're ready to do things that haven't been done before because it's a different day than this curriculum got implemented. So, you know.
Yes, yeah. Well, you know what? That's what I wanted to ask you about because I know you have to go. The curriculum piece. Is there entrepreneurship? Because you're like the master entrepreneur. Okay? You know, you're like, look, this is what we have to do. You know, and that's definitely, we actually have family. We have a show coming on next week that we're doing a deep dive into 4 businesses. They're going to come on and talk about entrepreneurship. So in terms of this curriculum that you guys are, you know, going to implement, is entrepreneurship in there?
Absolutely. It's got to be. That's the most important thing. You know, the problem is when you start from a struggling place, first generation, it's hard to think about the future. You're always trying to survive in the present. And then you sometimes do things that might be morally wrong because you got to do what you got to do to eat. And you're around that kind of situation, you know? So economic empowerment is that's the war right there. That's the narrative, you know, that we don't need them to make our economics right. We need us. If we let a warden's never going to give a prisoner the key to get out. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor's never going to tell you how to be unoppressed. You know what I mean? So, of course, to control this muscle, they've made us think things that are not the case. They made us think that we're not principals and doctors. And it's funny because a lot of them just do it like they severely intelligent, but they like, I'm going to just, anything they do, I could do better and do some more stuff. And because I'm like, yo, Dennis still goes to school. Like they got doctors, they still writing thesis and all that at this age. I'm like, so they have a focus and an attention span. And as an entrepreneur, when I look at a school, a principal is a CEO that has to take funds, allocate them. You know, they got to fire people, hire people. They got budgets. And they're also like the head of a fashion company because they got to make uniforms. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that because they've been told they principals. I'm like, nah, you're CEOs. Yeah. But for another person's company. So on another day, we get up and we just talk about entrepreneurial shit. And you can't even come up to that place unless, you can't be on that Zoom unless you got an LLC, period. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you planning on getting one.
You know, when you are talking the epitome of Hoppy, this is what Hoppy is about. Everyone thinks that we have to go outside to create things. We have everything we need right here. Like, we have everything right here.
You have a whole ecosystem. So, you know, I've watched Principal Ock become like a distributor of food. You know what I'm saying? You know, a studio owner, like making a studio, curating art, you know, being a basketball coach for a championship team and designing the jackets, the coats, and the unis. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't forget the hot sauce. Don't forget the hot sauce.
He sell hot sauce. He sell hot sauce, make books, you know. So, again, he should be celebrated. He should be the celebrity, and every principal and superintendent on there is like in a competitive, good competition on who can help the most kids, the coolest. And we all push each other. So it's a group that you want to be. It's the new gang. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be around a bunch of people because you're scared, be around some educators. You know what I mean? That's what I would do.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.